James Kaufman, World News Report today, February 12th, 2025. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Everything blows up on CNN after Scott Jennings speaks logically. CNN conservative commentator Scott Jennings was not having it when network host Abby Phillips tried to speak condescendingly to him Monday night while discussing federal judges blocking President Donald Trump's executive orders. These judges are shocked. Trump ordered a freeze on issuing federal government grants so spending could be reviewed for fraud and waste. Obama appointed U.S. District Court Judge John McConnell of Rhode Island, then directed the administration to immediately restore frozen funding across the federal government. Further, he ruled Monday that the administration was not fully in compliance with his order and threatened criminal contempt judgments to officials who did not comply, according to Politico.
Well, I think there's a difference between saying whether you're complying with the law and then you have these individual district court judges setting effectively broad federal policy that is specifically reserved for the President of the United States. I think we do have a constitutional crisis, and it's being caused by these judges. They're not here to tell us. They're not here to tell us how to spend the money. They're not here to set broad federal policy. That is the president's job as elected by the people. These judges are supposed to be settling discrete, specific matters, not policy setting. I think Vance is right. I think Trump has a point. And these judges want nothing more to continue the lawfare.
I don't think anybody's in the executive branch saying, no, I don't feel like it, and the courts say you have to.
Well, my answer to that simply is, it is the executive branch's job to figure out how to spend money once it is appropriated by Congress, and sometimes they spend money that's not been appropriated, but the correct political control is between the executive and the Congress.
I want to return to that.
There are not repercussions. You get away with it.
I get it. You want individual federal judges who hate Donald Trump
No, I don't.
to tie him up for 4 years.
No, I don't.
If you want a big policy questions decided, let the Supreme Court do it. But in the interim, the executive has to be allowed to go.
Am I wrong about that?
Well, you're supposed to comply, but Scott's absolutely right in that the court cannot say you have to spend these dollars today. So as a governor, I dealt with this. We got things challenged in state court and federal court. It's all judge shopped, by the way. Judges don't randomly get these cases. There's a reason that these cases are filed in Boston, the Boston court, or a certain district, Rhode Island, because they know they're going to get a judge.
That's the right point. Should the president, the singular president, should he have to share the presidency with 300 district court judges? No, absolutely not.
But the point, though, you made a really good point that there have been judges that shut down some of President Biden's executive actions, and they understand. The Biden administration understood that he ignored the checks and balances.
The Supreme Court tried to stop him, but they never will. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Joe Biden.
Yeah, but Scott, he actually didn't ignore it.
He did. They continued to play forward with
No, he didn't.
No.
Let me say on record.
He actually got deep.
I hated this student loan forgiveness policy.
What did he say out loud?
I thought it was a ridiculous policy. I thought it was unconstitutional. I predicted it would get struck down. It did get struck down, and I applaud it. He did not ignor it, though. He went and tried under a different law.
So he ignored it.
No,
That's not ignoring it.
But let me just understand where you stand. If a district court judge rules in a way that the president dislikes, should the president listen or should the president defy?
If a district court judge tries to usurp the authority of the chief executive of this country, he should absolutely defy it. There's a difference between broad policy decisions and discrete disputes between parties. That's the difference. If I want a policy decided, I'll take the.
But what about checks and balances?
So you're saying that a judge should decide how and when money is spent
A judge is saying
for years, and not the president of the United States.
Let me explain a little bit more. Let me explain it a little bit more slowly. A judge is saying
You don't have to talk to me like that.
Congress.
I have a position on this. If you have an opinion, we can disagree.
Yeah, but I'm saying listen to me because you're not listening and you're making claims that are not connected to the facts. The judge is saying
Maybe you will.
Congress appropriated a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
We need to litigate this.
Okay.
While we litigate this, we're gonna put a hold on the actions that you took that might be unconstitutional.
So while we
That's
litigate,
part of the process. Why
this,
can't-
I'm
why
the
does
judge
that
and
work?
I'm in charge of the executive branch and you're not, forget it. I totally
You just can't
disagree.
compel the executive branch to spend the dollars. You can't do that. They
Okay.
can't say, we're gonna start, the
Have
judges
you
are
heard
gonna
of
write
the
checks like every
impoundment,
regular.
have you heard the,
No matter who the president is, the duly elected chief executive of this country, they should not be sharing the broad plenary powers of the presidency with 300 individual district court judges. That is not what the people
that is a great
want.
position to take when you are in power.
Yeah,
When
I
you
don't
are
believe
not
it no
in
matter
power.
what.
District
When
court
you are
judges
not
are in
different from the
power.
Supreme Court.
That got ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. So all the women on the panel believe that the judges should be in charge of Donald Trump's policies, and all the men on the panel believe that, well, the judges are there for specific disputes, not to dictate the executive branch's office. Trump was given a mandate by the people. He's trying to follow it. But again, they're shopping these liberal nutcase judges all around the country until they find just one who will attempt to block any and every executive order Donald Trump has put together. This has turned into a complete nightmare. Of course, anything the Democrats are involved with turns into a complete nightmare. Please share, subscribe, and always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.